so excited. The first line. Okay, get it together. Hey angels, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome to my channel. I am so excited to have you guys, and I'm so excited to film this video to kind of give you like a little bit of a backstory. I posted this look on my TikTok. I'll post the TikTok right here.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm not gonna do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it. I did it.
It's the most views that I've gotten on a TikTok so far. Right now it's at like 26,000, which may not be a lot to you, but to me, I think it's really cool and I'm excited about it. And I figured what better to do than make a tutorial here on my YouTube channel where I like to teach my kinds of makeup looks. So I'm super inspired. Obviously, you guys know by now we're all pretty much in quarantine. I have been trying to make the best of it by using my time wisely and doing things that benefit me, make me feel good, etc. So I figured since it's already like almost 8 p.m. where I'm at, I would light a candle and get a glass of wine and show you guys exactly how I created this look on my TikTok here on my YouTube channel. So if you guys would like to see it and recreate it yourself, then please keep on watching. So it's really warm in here and I'm trying to figure out my whole microphone situation right now. I just got a new software and I haven't really learned how to use it yet, so I'm still using my camera microphone. So I'm sorry about that. By the next tutorial I should have my actual legitimate microphone figured out. It's right here. I don't think you guys can see it, but I'm so excited for that. Quality is about to be much better. But because of that, I can't have a fan on and it's warm. Another thing I wanted to just laugh with you guys about for a second is who else needs their hair done and their nails done? I mean, I've been painting these for days and they keep chipping and I keep painting it and it's just, that's not for me. And also I don't know how to do my own hair. So my girl Danielle, I'm in like such need of her services for my roots, but we're just gonna all pretend that none of that's happening because there are worse problems in the world and do some makeup. I got these cute little ears at Target a couple weeks ago. I was on a grocery run and I was like, oh my god, those are so cute. Now we are starting on the eyes today. So the first thing that I'm gonna do, which is not like me actually, is take my Shape Tape concealer and directly apply it to my eyelids. We are doing our eyeshadow before our face makeup and then our brows last, which like I said, is crazy for me. I usually don't do that kind of order, but I've been trying some new things out. So I applied my concealer. Now I'm taking this brush. It's just like an angled buffing blending brush. And I'm just going to tap and pat in the concealer onto my eyelids. And it's not, you don't have to be that crazy particular about it. You can get it in your brows. For me, I like to kind of get it in the brow hairs a little bit so that they look super nice and soft, because this look for me is very like windblown and just bronze and kind of naturally glowing, so I'm not like too concerned about a very blocky eyebrow. Now we will be using the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette today, so I'm going to go ahead and with the shade Perfectionist on this fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna start blending it upward into my brow bone and then also along my eyelid, kind of just freely, and then flick it out. We're angling it kind of like a wing. Then we're going to deepen it with the shade G Money, our darker brown, and do the same sort of thing in the crease and then flicking outward. I'm gonna go back in with the fluffy brush, and without adding anything, I'm gonna blend those two together really well. And like I said, I'm just flicking this outward. We're gonna clean it up at the end, so you don't have to make it perfect. Then I'm gonna go in with the M441 brush, which is a more narrow blending brush. And I'm gonna dip into the shade Grateful and Thick Skin. And I'm also gonna add these right above the crease and flick outward. I'm going to take G Money again to just bronze up the eye a little bit more. And I'm blending over top of all these shades, but I'm trying to just make them go like super fluid and blend into one another. Then taking my JH40 brush, I'm going to dip into this palette, Living in Color, and I'm going to grab the shade Drag Gun Blood, and I'm gonna press this into the outer corner of my eyelid. We're just trying to deepen the corner right here. and then softly flicking outward. And then take your brush and sort of blend inward onto the inner part of the eyelid. Then we're gonna go back in with G Money and blend those edges out. And this whole time we're just flicking outward, kind of like a wing. Now I dipped into G Money and Comfort Zone, and I'm gonna blend these two shades together right on the outer corner. Grabbing a little bit of that dark shade again. With the same little brush, we're gonna pack it into the outer corner one more time. Now I'm taking the M209 brush, it's just like a little fluffy brush, and dipping into the shade Certified, which is like a bone white shade, and I'm gonna place this at the top here. I wanna create more of a gradient effect, so I'm gonna add more of a white pale shade up at the top so that you can see the blending. And then with the same brush, I'm gonna dip into the shade Perfectionist, blend in between the brown and the white shades really well. And then going back in with the original really fluffy brush, I'm just going to blend it all together. For the next part, I'm going to take a little bit more of the Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm using my Luxie 246 Precision Crease Brush because it's super, super fine and easy to control. And I'm just going to create the crease. I'm just kind of doing it to like the center of my lid right here, and then letting just everything blend together. So I'm gonna go ahead and place it. Then the first thing I'm gonna do is go back into that, ouch, my elbow. I'm gonna go back into that really deep shade from this palette, pat it back in that corner some more. Then I'm going back in with the M441 brush, which is a little bit more narrow of a blending brush, and I'm gonna take the shade G Money, tap it off, and pat it right there on top of the line between the eyeshadow and the concealer. And then going back in with the very fluffy brush that we started with, I'm going to take the shade Perfectionist and Love Handles. Slightly pat it onto the lid right there. I want a really gradient transition between all these shades so that there's no harsh line from the cut crease. And now I'm going to take the shade Certified, which is the bone white shade, and I'm going to use that to cover up all the part that I carved out. Pat that onto the eyelid. Going in with a little bit more of G Money, I'm gonna pat that again right there to make a super smooth transition. And then flicking outward and then blending over the top. Boom. Now we're gonna go back in with the deepest shade that we used one more time. Take it on that same JH40 brush. Switch over to an angled brush using the same exact shade. And we're going to start lining our eyelid with that eyeshadow. So I'll start down here, and I'm using it as an eyeliner because it's a lot softer than an actual eyeliner. And then it connects in the corner. Then, once you're happy with it, you can take your makeup wipe and go ahead and wipe a little wing right there. Boom. So I'm gonna do the other side and we'll be right back. I'm so weird, bro. I'm just imagining you guys sitting at home, bored as heck, and I'm over here like, I just got off the phone with my friend Taylor. I love her, I miss her. I miss my friends, I miss seeing them. I'm sure everyone feels the same. What's most important is that we're staying safe. As you guys can see, I finished both eyes. I added my Lily lashes in So Extra Miami, and then I added a little bit of white eyeliner underneath both eyes. And if you guys are wondering, this is the white eyeliner I constantly use. Just really opens your eyes. For this next part, we are going to do something that I actually learned recently on TikTok. And I posted the short video clip on my beauty Instagram, which is at beauty.by.angelina if you guys want to see it. Basically, some girl somewhere posted this really cool video on how she does her face makeup, and it's amazing. And I do have mainly dry skin, but I found that it actually works amazing for me as well, because I saw somebody comment like that they were nervous it wouldn't work for them because they have dry skin, and I do not find that to be a problem. I feel like it makes your makeup like locked and loaded. What you're gonna do is start by moisturizing. I'm just gonna use this First Aid Beauty Repair Cream. Whew, those nails, girl. And I'm just gonna add my moisturizer. Right before I did my makeup, I rinsed my face off. I've been seeing all these really cute like videos on TikTok of families, or not families, but I guess families and friends doing like a little car parade for their loved ones' birthdays. If you're like in quarantine and it's your birthday, they've been like doing this whole parade through their neighborhood where they're honking their horn and like throwing gifts out the window. And I wanted to do that for my best friend today, but she had an exam this morning and school all day, and then she went to her dad's house tonight for dinner and stuff, so I didn't get to put it together like I wanted to. Okay, so once you put on your moisturizer, you're going to grab a translucent setting powder. I've been using mainly my Airspun translucent setting powder, and this is translucent extra coverage. What I do is kind of shake it up, and then I use this big fluffy brush to get what's in the cap, and I basically just kind of pat my face with the powder, which scared the crap out of me the first time I tried this. I'm not gonna lie, like, you guys have definitely heard me say before, if you've been watching me for a while, that you're not supposed to use cream products over powdered products, but apparently I'm wrong. So we got our powder on, just a light layer, she said. Then you're gonna take a setting spray. I'm gonna use this Morphe Jeffree Star setting spray. Has everyone watched Tiger King? Comment below, because I can't stop saying, hey all you cool cats and kittens.
Hey all you cool cats and kittens. Hey all you cool cats and kittens. Hey all you cool cats and kittens.
And I just need to be stopped. So let that dry. Now I'm going to add my Smashbox primer oil. Obviously rub that in. If you guys haven't tried this yet, I highly recommend it. Now I'm taking my damp beauty sponge, I just spit, and I'm gonna do a thin layer of my Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation. If you guys are wondering, this is in the shade 2.35, which is light medium, with the undertone warm golden. So one of the reasons that I've been doing my eyebrows after all of this lately is because when I put my foundation on, I kind of screw up the eyebrow shape, and I use a lot of gel now, so when you put foundation over brow gel, it kind of like clumps it in a way, and it's kind of hard to undo. So I've been finding that if I do my brows last, number one, you can kind of shape them really nice based off of how your eyeshadow and your foundation look, and number two, you kind of avoid that cakiness from placing foundation and powder and everything over it. TikTok is changing me. For this next part, I will be taking this Maybelline Fit Me foundation. It's the Dewy and Smooth one. It's in the shade Mocha. To start, I've been using my E8 brush from Morphe, putting a little bit of this on my hand. Oh my god, it's too much. Just a little on your hands, blending it so it gets really saturated in the bristles. And then I start kind of rolling it onto the contours of my face. This is before any powder or anything, because this is what I want to be extra contoured and bronzed. And then usually whatever's left on the bristles is fine, so I can go ahead and wipe the rest of this off of my hand. I've been doing this lately whenever I want a really like pretty bronze dewy glow. So I'm gonna go ahead and with the same side that I did my foundation on, and I'm gonna press this and blend it out with the sponge. Now for whatever skin tone you guys have, you can do the same thing, just get a shade that's several shades darker and several shades lighter from your skin tone, and that's what you're going to contour and highlight with. I just use my concealer for highlighting, but I like to look really bronze, so I use this mocha shade for the contours. So now taking my Shape Tape concealer on my nose, forehead, and upper lip, taking the other side of the sponge, and we're gonna blend in our chin first. You can actually take that up all the way to your ear if you want, for kind of carving out that contour a little bit more neatly. I find that concealer is a lot harder to blend whenever it's dry, so I like to do these parts first and then go ahead and add my under eye concealer afterwards. It works a little bit better for me. I'm gonna go back in with the brush that has a little bit product left over on it, and I'm gonna start just kind of reinforcing that color just to make sure that we didn't completely eliminate it with highlighting. This is gonna be basically the majority of your contouring, so make sure you kind of get it neatly and how you like it. So I just want to say I was so surprised by the feedback on my last video. I did a mukbang and I just posted me eating food and answering questions from you all. I got like a really good response, which I was kind of surprised about because I didn't think it would be that entertaining. But I guess everyone's kind of enjoying the chill sort of vibe lately, since that's kind of how we're all living life, you know, relaxed at home, catching up on things, organizing, focusing on what we can improve on. So what I'm gonna do is add a little tiny bit more highlight to my forehead and the tip of my nose. I have a very small forehead, which a lot of people have informed me about. So instead of contouring it too much, I wanna actually sort of highlight it a little bit and just bring a little bit more life, I guess, to my forehead. Now I'm going to go ahead and conceal my under eyes. I'll let that sit there for like 20 seconds or so. One of Harush's videos showed me that you're supposed to kind of let concealer stick for a second, like dry up a little bit and get tacky rather than being too wet, because I guess it sticks to your blender, and I actually have noticed that that has helped me. So if you guys want a new tactic or something new to try in quarantine, that's it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set everywhere that I highlighted with my Airspun translucent setting powder. That's what we used in the beginning. I'm gonna set my under eyes real quick before they crease. I can't wait to have my microphone like all ready for you guys. Hopefully y'all are excited too. I want the sound to be like amazing for you guys, especially all of you who keep coming back and supporting me. Like, it means so much to me. So I just want to provide like the best content for you guys. The next step I take is taking my Laura Mercier setting powder, and this is in translucent medium deep. I believe this was meant for a deeper complexion, but I have found that this works really amazing on my contour shades. So whenever I cream contour and stuff like that, I like to take this shade. I just get a little bit out, dust it off in the cap, and then I go ahead and use it sort of like a bronzer. But what this is doing is actually setting the contour shades. If you have maybe a deeper complexion, I think it would benefit you to use a deeper powder to set the contour shades on your cheeks, and then possibly a banana powder or a lighter shade, depending on the complexion of your skin, to set the lighter parts of your face. And it just works for everyone like that. If you have very fair skin, you know, you're gonna want maybe a very, very fair shade to set your skin, and maybe something a little bit more cool toned, slightly bronzed to set your contour. Because this is a powder and not a bronzer, you can go back in with like a little bit of bronzer, whatever you're using, and bronze your cheeks up. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But as you can see, it sets the makeup, and I love Laura Mercier, so I think this powder is amazing. So make sure you get that to the point where your face doesn't feel sticky at all. If it does, you can add a little bit more translucent powder, whichever shade that you need. My forehead feels a little bit sticky. This is where I'll go ahead and contour my nose with the powder. I'm using the same powder and dragging all the way up from my brow downward on the diagonal of my nose. From my brow downward on the diagonal of my nose, not the side and not really the top, but just like the diagonal. Whatever you guys find works for you. And then the bottom. Here's where I'll go in with my Benefit Cheek Leader palette, and I'll use these bronzer shades, kind of mix them together and just add a little bit more bronze into my cheekbones. I don't actually think that I need it, but just for the sake of the fact that I'm doing a video, I might as well just go all out. So this is totally optional. I'm gonna use the back end of my sponge, the sharp side. Sometimes people ask me how I get my powder so straight, and this is the trick. You just use the sharp end. I start right at the top of my ear and I diagonally go down toward my mouth. So just like that, and then swipe down. Okay, now I'm going to take a brush. This is the XOXO brush, and I'm going to dust away all of my translucent setting powder underneath my eyes and just wipe all of that away. It feels so smooth, like such a crazy makeup hack. Like, it's so good. This is where I'll start my eyebrows. So for this look, I wanted something very feathery, very natural and light. I just did, like, I don't know, that's my reason. So I flick them up, make them look real feathered out. What I've been finding is that I like what it looks like when I fill in underneath the brow, but I leave the top very feathery. And depending on your brows, you might not like that look, but now I'm taking my Shape Tape Concealer one last time. I'm using this JH43 brush, and it's very flat, very softly clean up underneath my brow, but I'm gonna start about right here. I kind of want the very first part of my brow to look a little bit untouched and just natural. Just starting right there, taking it to the tail of my brow, and then softly blending it out right there. And just, I'm gonna leave the front untouched. I'm taking a clear brow gel from the Brow Bar by Rima, I believe it says. If you guys hear that clock, that's my grandfather's clock who passed away. Hopefully you guys like it. My mom got it. She said she used to lay down in front of it when she was little, and she always loved it. I guess her siblings agreed that she could have it, which is cool because every time I'm here, I hear the clock and I think like that's my grandfather saying hi. Alrighty, so go ahead and brush through your brows however you like them. We're gonna dust away the rest of our baking powder. I'm going in with my Anastasia Blush Trio, and this is in Pink Passion, and place them on my cheeks really softly. A little on the forehead and the chin. Next, we're going to take the Anastasia Omrizi highlighter. Go ahead and highlight the cheekbones however you would like, the chin, the lip. I'm going to highlight the inner corner, but I'm not going to highlight underneath the brow bone. I want that to be a little bit more soft matte. Just go with the rest of the eyeshadow since it's all so matte. Oof. Going back into the palette, I'm grabbing my JH39 brush, dipping into Love Handles and Perfectionist, and going underneath the eye with these two shades. Taking that same angled brush from earlier, I'll be dipping back into the dark shade from this palette, hitting right underneath my lower lash line till about the middle of my lower lash line. Here you can apply some lower lash mascara. This is the Essence mascara, my favorite one. You guys probably already know by now. The Princess mascara. I'm gonna wait for that to dry because it kind of got on there, and then I'm just gonna dust it away with this little spoolie. I got asked this question a lot actually from this video. Let me see, where is it? So for those of you wondering what I used on my lips, I used this Becca liner, and it's in the shade Charming. And then right over top of it, I believe I used this Iconic London gloss, and this is in the shade Nearly Nude. Last but not least, take your setting spray. And there you have it. Let me take these off. Well everyone, this is the final look. I love this. This actually might be one of my go-to formal looks that I'm gonna start to create for like different things and events and dinners that I go to. I feel really good about it, and it's really not too difficult to create. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something from it. If you're here for my TikTok, welcome. I really hope you subscribe and stay tuned for the rest of my videos. I really appreciate you checking me out and liking my video. You know, like I said, we're all kind of stuck in quarantine right now, and we're all stuck just looking for different things to do. So definitely give this look a try. If you do give it a try, feel free to send it to me or tag me in your photo. I would love to see your recreation of it and your perspective on sort of a soft glam or a neutral cut crease look. Yeah, I wish it was daytime so I could go take photos in the sun or TikToks in the sun. I just want to thank you all for watching. Ask you to please subscribe to my channel if you want to, and like this video if you enjoyed it. Turn on my post notifications if you don't want to miss any videos from me or my couple channel, AE I Love You, during this staying home situation that we're doing. I will see you guys in my next video. I love you so much, angels, and God bless.